Hey, what's going on, peoples, man? Of course, you know how I do, man. It's like almost going on 12 o'clock, midnight. You know, I'm a night owl. I guess you can say semi-nocturnal, whatever. Um, Sometimes, like with me, I'll make videos when it's something that I really want to express deeply, or if it's something that warrants my conviction. Sometimes I feel like I can express it better verbally than how I could express it if I were to type it in for Facebook. So I'm going to do a video entry on the subject rather than, typing it in. And my motivation for what I'm about to speak about is something that happened to one of my coworkers. I mean, it's something that happens to all of us, our loved ones, whatever. You know, people get sick and they die. I think for the most part, from what I view in people, I'm not a mind reader. I can't read hearts. I can only go by actions. But what I see from people is that the majority of people have not still come to appreciate the briefness in which we exist. Like, people don't understand how short life is. I think people have not come to yet cherish the lives of others, and I say that to say this. Yesterday, my coworker, Miss Beverly, she's like an auntie. I don't get attached to people like that. I'm not saying that nobody's worth being attached to, but I'm watchful, because when I do love anybody on any level, I put a lot of energy and I put a lot of forethought, kindness, and consideration. So I say that to say this, that she's like an auntie to me. Every time I come into work, she always set aside lunch for me, even though I come in the afternoon. I could have already eaten before I got there. So yesterday, she seemed fine. Everything was everything. She joking, she being her. She's kind of lively or whatever. I come into work today. I see two members from administration, the director and the owner wasn't there, but I think the owner was there, but the director was there and another teacher. And they were in the kitchen instead of Miss Beverly being there. So nobody said anything. So I go in one of the rooms to help out with pre-K. I go back in the kitchen to make me a sandwich. And one of my coworkers said, have you heard what happened to Miss Beverly? So I say, was she getting in an accident or something? They said, no, they found her face down, laying in her own vomit. She was unconscious. And she got fluid in her brain. Man, I couldn't believe it, man. Couldn't believe it. Because it wasn't like, she would talk about certain things. She would talk about stiffness in her arm and certain pain in different places. But, all arthritis, I just chalked it up to a person being older. Just the basic, ailment that you would get when you age, the wear and tear of aging. And she's only in her 50s. She's old enough to be my mother. But the crazy thing about it, man, is that just that quick, she's in the ICU in the neurology part of the hospital in the ICU. Just that quick. And this whole situation brings out mixed feelings for me, because I'm sad and then I'm angry. I'm angry because, for me, one of the reasons why I used to call people all the time and check on them. I used to go home to Baltimore so much is that I had an appreciation for life and just how fast you could lose somebody. And I found myself basically at war with individuals who didn't realize what I realized. It's like, because I realize how short life is, because I know that tomorrow is not promised, I will put a certain amount of effort towards reaching out. And folks didn't do that. And it's sad because you should cherish the ones that you love, because once they're gone, they're gone. Yes, their memory is still here. You'll never forget the time that you had with them. But there's nothing like the present. There's nothing like showing a person love, checking in with them, letting them know you love them, and just displaying that affection genuinely. It's sad, man. A lot of people are losing that appreciation for other people. You see, I don't ever want to lose that appreciation for other people. Mama Linda, if you're looking at this, you know, one of the reasons why I made it my business to want to come to North Carolina to come see you is, one, because you asked, one, because I love you, and then another reason is because I recognize that, you know, you're sick. I recognize that you of a certain age, and I can't take for granted. I can't say, well, if I don't go this time, you know, I'll catch you another time. I don't know that. And how would I look if I put off something in the future that I could have done right now and been able to see you? Because we don't know what's going to happen. So I tell y'all folks, man, whoever has an opportunity to see this and listen, yo, don't be putting off something tomorrow that you can do today. Don't figure that you got all the time in the world to talk to your friends, to kiss your husband or your wife goodnight, or to see your kids. Don't think that, because you're sadly mistaken. Should you walk around in fear of death and always worrying about passing? No. But you should appreciate your loved ones while you're here and while they're here. Don't have this careless attitude and be distracted. It's a lot of things in this world that distract people from what's important. And there's nothing more important than family and your loved ones, friendships, and bonding with one another. Nothing. Everybody off in their own little world on a hamster wheel in this rat race, being distracted from what's really important, and that's people. People should always be a priority. And I just have to keep telling myself that, because I'm losing that with people. I almost lost it with the congregation, I always lost it with family, simply because it seemed like people can't understand the concept of don't take people for granted. Don't take the ones you love for granted. Don't think that I'll have tomorrow to do this. Don't think, okay, I felt like I wanted to call this person, but I'll do it another time. You don't know that. You don't really have the luxury of saying that. You don't, because none of us can control the future. It's some things we can do to preserve our life. You know, you have a decision of whether you want to jump off the cliff or stand in front of a car. Those decisions you can make to prolong life. But unforeseen occurrences and being at the wrong time in the wrong place can happen to anybody. So I'm saying, cherish the people that you love. Nobody, let the people I love, they know I love them. I'm not proud. I'm not big-headed. The people that I love, the people that I'm crazy about, they know I'm crazy about them. They know I love them. No fake machismo, macho type crap. they know I love them. In any way that I have to show affection or extend affection, they're going to know it because I value and respect life. And life in itself, you talking about taking advantage of certain luxuries. Life in itself is a gift and it's a luxury that nobody should take for granted. Nothing should get in the way of you expressing your love and your genuine concern for fellow man, for family, close friends, acquaintances, any of that, man. People got to wake up. Y'all wake up, man. Life is short. And you can hold on to grudges. You can hold back all you want. But don't think you got forever. It's not in forever. It's not in your hands. We only know it's in Jehovah's hands. But at the same time, don't take your life and the lives of the people you love and are acquainted with for granted. If something motivates you to call them, call them. If something motivates you to go see them, go see them. If something motivates you to go, I don't care if it's, let me go, I was thinking about this person. Let me go buy them a bag of chips or a box of chicken. Do it. Do it. That's all I got to say, man. One love.